Time now for some sports news. Nigerian champions Kano Pillars were attacked by armed robbers along Abaji-Lokoja Road, leaving 5 players seriously injured. Now, the incident occurred early this morning as Pillars were on their way to Owerri for their opening Nigeria Premier League duel against Heartland this Saturday. The 5 players injured during the attack are Gambo Mohammed, Inijo Tekwa, Adamu Murtala, Ruben Ogbonaya and Ubong Ekwai. Meanwhile, the league management company, the LMC, has expressed its shock at the news of the armed robbery attack on Kano Pillars along the Abuja-Lokoja Road. Now, in the light of the unfortunate incident, the league governing body has ordered an indefinite postponement of their opening fixture in Owerri against Heartland Football Club. The LMC says it's monitoring the progress of the injured players and doing everything possible to stabilize the team. Sunshine Stars Football Club has suspended the duo of Ajani Ibrahim and Dele Olorodare indefinitely. The 2 players were suspended for involving themselves in unprofessional activities and conduct. The players were alleged to have absconded from the team camp after receiving their salaries. Now, despite losing at the first round of the Kuwait and Qatar Opens, Aruna Quadri's participation has pushed him a step up in the latest ranking released by the International Table Tennis Federation, the IWTF. Nigeria's Quadri moved from 73 to 30 in the world following his exploits at the ITTF World Cup in Dusseldorf, Germany, but his inactivity at global level contributed to a slide in December to 31, while the quarterfinal exit at the Africa Senior Championships in Cairo made his rating drop to 32. And Formula One world champion Lewis Hamilton believes his Mercedes team will be even more dominant this season, even though he also wants rivals to give him more of a challenge. Mercedes won both titles last year, with Hamilton winning 11 races and German teammate Nico Rosberg 5 of the 19. Yet the Briton wants the team to improve on their 2014 season's performance. That's in the sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
This is
thousands of people, as many as 20. Let's try again. Well, thousands of people, as many as 28,000, are fleeing the Iraqi city of Tikrit following an offensive against Islamic State to retake the city. The operation, involving some 30,000 soldiers and Shia militiamen, has been on for 4 days. Troops are trying to round up ISIS militants, but have been hindered by roadside bombs and booby traps planted last year. The newly displaced Iraqis now join another 2.5 million people already displaced from their homes in the country. Sectarian-fueled revenge killings targeting Sunni Arabs have been a feature of past operations involving Shiite militias, raising concerns that the same may happen in Tikrit. Now, a militant Korean nationalist has slashed the face of the U.S. ambassador to South Korea at a breakfast meeting in Seoul, but the envoy narrowly survived more serious injury. Here's Cynthia Are with more.
Well, thank you very much. Mark Lippert, who is 42 years old, was also cut on his left hand with blood spattered over the breakfast table. Security officers subdued the attacker, one pinning him down with a shoe on his neck until he was arrested. North Korea described the attack as just punishment for U.S. warmongers. Then a military operation to retake the Iraqi city of Tikrit from Islamic State has caused about 28,000 people to flee their homes. Those displaced are headed towards the city of Samarra, and that's confirmed by the United Nations. But many families are stranded at checkpoints, and aid convoys carrying relief supplies are being sent to the area by UN agencies to help those affected. Also today, fierce clashes are taking place in the Syrian city of Aleppo, near the Air Force intelligence facility attacked by rebels on Wednesday. A security source was quoted as saying that government forces had launched an assault on rebel positions in the west of the city this morning. There was no immediate confirmation on casualties. Finally, it's judgment day for 4 people who've been sentenced to death in Tanzania after being found guilty of murdering an albino woman. The 4 had killed the woman back in 2008 because they believed her body parts had special powers. According to the judge in northwestern town of Geita, the 22-year-old victim, Zawadi Mangidu, left behind a 9-month-old child, and her husband is one of those who's been convicted. That's the foreign news wrap-up. It's back to you now.
Thanks a lot, Cynthia. Well, finally tonight, one of Nigeria's prominent businessmen, Chief Bayo Kuku, has died. He was 84. Chief Bayo Kuku, who passed away today, will be best remembered as a former president of the Nigerian Stock Exchange, former vice chairman of Mobil Oil Limited, and a former board member of FBN Merchant Bank and the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC. He'll be buried tomorrow at his residence in Ijebu-Ode, Ogun State. May his soul rest in peace. And the main news again. Insurgents have killed 45 people in Njaba village in Borno State, while gunmen have kidnapped 2 Chinese nationals at a construction site in Lokoja, Kogi State. The National Human Rights Commission has insisted that elections must hold as rescheduled to avoid anarchy in the country. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has urged the government to tackle poverty and unemployment, and as many as 28,000 people have fled the Iraqi offensive against Islamic militants in the city of Tikrit. Well, that's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks a lot for staying with us. I'm Ijoma Onyato, and coming up next is our Elections Countdown program, Nigeria 2015. Good night.